Well, how about that? You want to know something crazy? That was the away team's fan section for that. So you can only imagine what the home team student section was like both there and everywhere else.
Well, you can hardly tell they're having a good time. I mean, come on, at least show a little bit of enthusiasm, right?
I know. Well, speaking of showing enthusiasm, Dave, just had to ask. How you been? How you feeling today?
Been pretty good, Connor. You know, Friday Night Frenzy really just brings it back for me, right? You have a long, grueling week, and then you get to do some football highlights. I'm all in.
All right, well, there's enough of us on screen, so let's cue the highlight. It is a battle of the top teams in the UP as the #1 ranked Marquette Redmen take on the #2 ranked Menominee Maroons. First quarter, Maroons opening drive, and Aiden Bellow showing off the arm as Brody Wara hauls in the monster gain to set up the Maroons inside the 25. Same drive, and Bellow not skipping leg day, keeps them churning for the score. No good on the 2-point attempt, so it is 6-0 Maroons. Marquette's churn on offense, and it is that man, A.O., always open, Owen Beauchamp, with the grab to set up the Redmen in the red zone, and their student section loving every bit of it, but they would have to settle for a field goal. Still in the first, Maroons leading 6-3, and Trevor Thorierkamp going down the right sideline, and he goes most of the way, tackled just short of the goal line. Next play, and Aiden Bellow picks up the slack, gets his second touchdown of the game. He is juiced up. Maroons no good on the 2-point attempt, so up 12-3. And now, second quarter now, same score. And Brady Backer with the defender all over him says, "Get off me, I got a touchdown to score." And the Menominee Maroons get a huge win on the road against the #1 ranked Redmen, 34-13. And 4th and 10 for the Glads of Traverse City, St. Francis against the Blue Devils, and they step up and get the turnover on downs. And now, first possession for the Blue Devils after that turnover on downs, and Jacob Davey keeps it to the right side, and he takes it all the way to the end zone to make it a one-score game, but the Blue Devils, they still trail. St. Francis, though, responds on the next possession as they're going to hand it off to Wyatt Nasadis, and he goes up his own sideline, takes it all the way 80 yards for the touchdowns, and the Blue Devils fought hard but fall to the Glads 42-28. And a couple more scores for you. The Bark River Harris Broncos continued their impressive season, beating the Gwynn Model Towners 36-6, and the Escanaba Eskimos fall to the Keweenaw, Wisconsin Storm 21-39. And Dave, why don't you take these?
Yeah, we got some more scores here. The Hematites win in forfeit over the Wycons, and the Saints of St. Ignace get their second win of the season with their victory over the Emeralds. Tough loss for the Flivers, Connor, tonight. They're shut out by the Tigers. It's a big loss there. Let's move things along, though. Another game here tonight. Hancock visiting the Mountaineers in Iron Mountain. Student section was, dare we say, glowing, Connor?
Glowing.
Well, one thing's for sure, the Mountaineers had the home field advantage. Rockin' Bulldogs trying to get the offense going, but Iron Mountain in great position there, knocking that pass down. Next play, Bulldogs trying to work in the option here, but nobody home on the pitch. Todd Anderson, though, alertly recovers for the Dogs. Move things ahead here late third quarter. Iron Mountain run game, moving the ball. Luke Wolf takes the carry to the outside and picks up the first down, showing some burst on the outside there, Connor. Same drive. Wolf gets it again. Ball comes loose, however. The refs would say he was down, and that would prove to be a big play. Mountaineers, next play, would pound it in from the 6. Iron Mountain hangs on, holding off the Bulldogs late 28-18. Moving on, Purple Hornets visiting the Patriots under the lights at Westwood, and Zachary Beckman, he would get things started for the Patriots in a big way on a QB keeper up the middle for the score all by himself. Westwood up early.
Must be someone with the name Zach.
Well, it was. Here we go again. More Beckman. He was on fire with his feet. This time, he'll take another direct snap in for the score. Patriots up 14-0. Beckman putting his name on the Player of the Week radar.
Smell a nomination.
And you can't have a Patriot highlight, obviously, without some Zach Carlson, right?
Of course.
Carlson, he's going to take this carry here directly to the sidelines, right in the camera guy's grill, and into your living room. It was pulled down from behind there by Deshaun Allen, but he had a lot of respect for him. He says, "I'll help you out here." Good sportsmanship.
Right.
We love it.
We love to see that.
Patriots, though, they were just too much all night against the Hornets here. Next play, Beckman drops back with the pass. Perfect to Marcus Bowes. Patriots hold on. 38-6, 4 wins in a row, 6-1 on this season. Let's go to some scores now. Cedarville Trojans over the Snowbirds here. They go to 5-1 with a 30-12 win over Cedarville. And Forest Park, Connor, staying undefeated with the forfeit from Go Giebich. Connor, why don't you take the rest here?
All right, I will do that as the Ironwood Red Devils get the win over the Brimley Bays 38-30, and the Pickford Panthers get the win in overtime against the Newberry Indians, 34-28. Well, Dave, a lot of exciting stuff, some kind of close scores, some shocking ones. I mean, number 1 and number 2, granted there's a 3-way tie for number 2. We have another number 2 team coming up after the break, don't we?
Well, we got a couple good games coming up after the break, but let's not give too much away. Right?
Oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait. So we want you all to stick around because we will have plenty more highlights and scores when Friday Night Frenzy returns after the break.
Welcome back, Friday Night Frenzy, your best night of the week for us, Connor.
For sure.
We've seen some wins, we've seen some losses for some of those top teams. I got to ask you, Marquette. Now, we went and talked to Coach Mason this week. Was there a little bit of a hangover from that win versus Clare?
I don't know. I mean, it was definitely an emotional game, to say the least. Plus, Menominee is a really good team. I mean, they're one of 3 number 2 ranked teams in the UP for a reason. So it's no knock on Menominee and Marquette. I know they'll bounce back. I mean, I know that locker room will probably be quiet, a little emotional because those guys hate to lose, but they'll find a way to bounce back because they got another tall task next week when Traverse City West comes to town.
Well, yeah, and Menominee, Aiden Belial, the first 2-time winner of Friday Night Frenzy,
Mr.
the player of the
two-time.
week. 2-time winner. You know, there's a lot of talent out there, Connor, but you just can't ignore those video game numbers.
I mean, it's crazy because I think he had another, off the top of my head, at least 4 more touchdowns. So that's 10 touchdowns in the last 2 weeks. I mean, that takes some people a little bit in creative player. I'm going to humbly brag and say I could probably do that in 2 weeks on creative player, not in real life.
I was going to say creative player.
Aiden's got me beat, don't worry. But I think
15
we'll be
years
fine.
ago, I could do that. But we won't talk about my age. Let's go to the highlights from the next game here, Connor. Football in Negaunee, always a great atmosphere. Gladstone Braves taking on the Miners. Connor, fireworks tonight on the opening kickoff, though. That was Philip Nelson. He's going to take this kick, uses a couple blocks, and he'll take it all the way for the early score. That's a weekly thing for Philip.
You know what you dial when you want a house call?
What do you do?
1-0.
That's him, 1-0. Now, it wouldn't take the Braves long to answer, though. Next drive, Connor, Nate Young with a perfect pass to Eli Bertoon for the strike. This game was like a heavyweight fight.
Tap.
Each time a team would take a shot, the other team took another one. Miners still fighting hand off to Nico Lukarainen for the 1-yard score. Miners up 12-6. Braves, however, come right back with a strike of their own.
Good play.
Pitch, and he'll go all the way. That's Cole Potski there, who knows exactly where to take it to the house. Braves take a 2-point lead. Next possession. Check this out. Goes off a helmet and right to Bertoon. He says, thank you.
Looks
I'll
like a
take
couple
that.
college football games.
But a steady dose of Nagani's ground game would be the difference here. Easton Palamaki's going to set up the score. And that man again, Nico Lukarainen, finish it off. And the Miners win this one 31-30. Their 6th win in a row, Connor.
And we got another top 5 matchup as the number 1 North Central Dets take on the number 4 Ontonagon Gladiators. First quarter, game tied at 0. And Brett LaPont takes the snap and launches a missile. And Luke Gorzinski hauls it in behind the defender and into the end zone. PAT no good. Jets lead 6-0. Still in the first, 17 seconds later to be exact. And Ontonagon takes the snap. And on the hook and ladder play, he is gone. And that is Steve Graff for the touchdown. The second score only that the Jets have given up all season, so tied up at 6. Later in the first, scored still the same. And now it's going to be Gorzinski, who's looking, still looking. You all can go get a snack if you want. And then he's going to go find Alex Nasser over the defender for a touchdown and a successful 2-point conversion. So now it is 14-6. Jets now up 21-6. And on the goal line, direct snap to Wyatt Rapp. And he goes in untouched for the touchdown. And the Jets lead no doubt as they remain undefeated, beating the Gladiators 71-6. And our final scores there. Unfortunately, we don't know the score for Rapid River, so please send us the score if you know. We always love hearing how all our teams do. But the Rudyard Bulldogs, they beat the Igadine Eagles 49-12. And our final score, the Stevenson Eagles get the road win against the Norway Knights 36-28.
Wow.
All right, Dave, so we were kind of talking before, obviously a lot of stars up here in the UP, but I'm putting you on the spot. Give me 1 star from this Friday Night Frenzy.
From Westwood, Zachary Beckman. You thought I'd say Carlson, but Beckman, he had a great first half. We were there for every score. He was just talented tonight. Connor, what about you?
I'm going to go with Brady Bagcourt for the Menominee Maroons. He had 4 catches, 144 yards, and 3 touchdowns, which clearly proved that Menominee is here to play. And now to kind of go back, we talked about the Stars, but what was your biggest takeaway from this week?
Well, I mean, you had the big teams, obviously the loss to Marquette. You're going to see some movement in the polls next week, so stay tuned. But that's for next week. Connor, what about you?
I think it just shows how talented everyone is up here because, I mean, obviously Gladstone, who isn't ranked in the polls, they get those honorable mentions all the time. But, I mean, Negaunee, another one of those teams that's ranked number 2. So, clearly, anyone can beat anybody. But, as always, we want to thank you all for staying up to watch Friday Night Frenzy with us. We all hope you have an amazing weekend and have a great night. Thank you so much for watching Friday Night Frenzy on ABC 10.
And follow us on Twitter at ABC10 UP Sports. And while you're at it, give me and Connor a follow as well.
And if you want to stay up to date on all the sports news of the Upper Peninsula, subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on our Facebook page.